All right, welcome to Ultimates Issue 1. Last time we went over the Ultimates. I can't remember the name of the title, but yeah, we started and saw what are the Ultimates. They joined with Thor, and we saw Captain America and Ice, so we are going to continue that. I know Ultimate Spider-Man is out. We did go over that. We saw them send a little origin box. Tony Stark read it out to Spider-Man, so we'll see how they build those and who they send it out to. But also last time we saw the Illuminati shoot a giant beam into New York, blame the Ultimates for it. Yeah, so everybody hates the Ultimates. Everybody thinks they're terrorists. So let's just hop in. Dear Dad, dear God, you sure made a mess of things, didn't you? What a mess. But we can fix it. 6 months, Dad. 6 months since you've been gone to the world. And we have Tony Stark, Iron Lad, not Iron Man, because Iron Man is his dad. We haven't done Ultimate Invasion. We most likely won't, but we probably should later on, maybe one day. Yeah, that's comment below if you want Ultimate Universe. It is a little bit longer. It's just like a bunch of big stories. It's like 6 issues, maybe even 4. I can't remember. That shows the entirety of how we got here. But to kind of sum it up, Kang the Conqueror shows up after the Maker makes the Ultimate Universe and traps Reed and Tony in there, or Reed and Howard, I'm sorry. Then Tony starts to become Iron Lad. Iron Lad in the main comics becomes Kang the Conqueror. I don't know if Tony becomes Kang the Conqueror. We haven't really gone into that yet, and we haven't really seen a bunch of stuff for that as of now. Maybe we'll see more of that before Ultimate Endgame comes out in December of this year. But yeah, that's just Iron Lad right now. Pretty basic team. And by the way, just go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe. Send me any fun recommendations to go over. I love going over all of them. But continuing on, 6 months trapped with that monster. For you, it probably seems like 1,000 years. For us, it felt like yesterday. I know it doesn't look good. To review, we escaped 6 months into the future. Thousands died in an attack on Stark Tower meant for us. The perpetrators of that attack, a conspiracy of the worst and most powerful people imaginable, have taken control of both the planet and the narrative. The world thinks we're terrorists. Also, the most powerful ally is injured. Another is trapped in ice. In 18 months, the devil breaks out of hell. But we have a secret weapon, a time machine. We can fix it. And that's kind of what I was into about Kang the Conqueror. They have a time machine. The Immortus engine that Reed developed. And their home base is basically the Justice League Watchtower, off the books Stain Stark Corporation spy satellite. And Doom writes 2 years to fix the world. Well, you mean 18 months. We traveled 6 months into the future. We have 18 months, Doom. But we have a time machine. You said it, but you don't understand what you mean. The Immortus engine can act simultaneously in the past, present, and future. You have to think in 4 dimensions if you want to change the world. And that is a big plot point later, but just for now, we're not going to get into that. Point taken then. Why stop there? Why don't we go back in 6 months, not 60 years, and just fix everything? Well, the Maker's work is not so easily undone. Events before we disabled his temporal shields are out of reach. For now. There are high walls around the past. 6 months is our current negative limit. Okay? Then we can go back in time and destroy the destruction of Stark Tower. What you mean, man? If we couldn't have done it then, how are we going to do it now? Well, I got a few ideas. I've been thinking about how to change the world since my 5th birthday. But before we continue on, my predictions for the Ultimates is that Ultimate Endgame, they win against the Maker, even though we won't get into a bunch of spoilers, but everybody thinks that they're going to lose. They'll win, and then they'll go back in time and half fix everything and give a bunch of people their powers back. And then we'll just jump into a new Ultimate Universe. That's my prediction. Whether I'm right or wrong, we'll come and visit this back again. If I'm right, I'm going to gloat about it. If I'm wrong, I'm not going to say anything. And I'm going to pretend this video didn't exist. But they pull out Ultimates 1.0, Superhero Resistance Network, created from the post-human catalysts and files we stole from the Maker, connected by Stark Tech and the Common Cause. Small at first, growing exponentially, we add new nodes. You propose we recreate this other world, this Earth 616? Yes! So they want to create Earth 616 heroes with the pods that they stole. They only stole one pod, but with those catalysts, they want to recreate the Earth's heroes. And they stole the information on the original Earth's heroes so they can see how everything is supposed to go. I propose that we put the right what the maker put the wrong to help the world become the world it's supposed to be. A world of heroes. But this world is not that one. Realities change. The maker purged himself of mercy. The people in these files are most likely dead. Then we find replacements. Woo! So we're gonna get a bunch of heroes as new people. That's how the Ultimate Universe goes. Doom had his own ideas. Origin machines, it could work with a few modifications. And we saw an example of that with Spider-Man. He got his little origin box. Doom is unsettling and brilliant. He's intense. Trapped inside this city, the maker has thousands of years to prepare for our next meeting. We have 2. If we're to have any hope, we'd have to make the most out of those 2 years. And he points to the Immortus engine because they can just keep reusing the same 2 years over and over and over again until they are ready, pretty much. And Doom says that he will do the calculations. So everything is not super complex with the Immortus engine. We can build the ultimate network 6 months in the past and have our army overnight. And we see a little fun tidbit. I tried to call him Reed, but he insists I call him Doom. And we did go over how Reed became this version of Doom. I'll put that right here. That he was tortured by the maker and became this monster. He is not Victor Von Doom. It's just Reed Richards. He doesn't have any powers. He's just a genius with a bunch of issues, and the Fantastic Four are indeed dead. But while Doom did the math, I designed super identities and calculated the probability of heroism as a function, location, age, psychological history, past trauma, and other unique variables. In between heroes, I cracked the Captain America problem. Crack, crack. Let's go. Top 5 Marvel hero. Cracked from the ice. 75 years had passed, but for him, it was an instant time travel. 2024? Who's the president? The United States broke up in 1969. I'm sorry. All things considered, he took it pretty well, just smashing everything. The world. Even this one, even ours, it has such wonders I never knew. There are gods, Dad. Did you know that? There are gods? In the room next door, a god bled out all over the floor. And we see Sif laying down, praying for the gods to be with her and to be with Thor. But who do you think the gods pray to when they pray? And I love how we go into Iron Man's, or Tony. I'm just going to call him Tony throughout the whole series. So just to avoid any confusion, I like that we go through Tony's point of view. And we don't really swap through a bunch of point of views throughout the run, but it's like more of the core members get to put in their perspectives. Yeah, that's the right word. For 6 days, I couldn't sleep. I didn't eat while I worked my armor-fed concentrated nutrients and proprietary Stark stimulants into my bloodstream. 6 days preparing catalysts and calculating trajectories through the 4th dimension. 6 days checking and rechecking our math. On the 7th day, though not everyone was so confident, we were ready. And we get the input from the old man himself. You can't start a revolution from your living room. They start on the ground, and heroes don't come out of boxes. This isn't going to work. And in my opinion, he is not wrong. I mean, he is experienced in World War II. Like, he's experienced with a good morale, good leadership. He's not wrong. He's not good. You can't motivate people just giving them a weapon and telling them, hey, fight for this. But you don't understand it fully. You're not giving them a good cause. And Doom gets into that. This is not a revolution, more like a machine or an experiment to shake the world. This is science. No, it's a revolution. I know one when I see one. Well, these are high levels of math and engineering at work, Steve. Hard for us to even understand sometimes, but it should work. And then Iron Man teleports them back in time to the heroes. Time travel is instantaneous. 1 second after we sent our origin boxes into the past, they would always have been there. 1,200 miles above Earth's atmosphere, I opened a window, ready to look into the world overflowing with heroes. But it looks the same? Shoot! Steve Rogers really is the perfect human. I love that. It does only look like 1 or 2 of them took it. Everybody else rejected it or became deceased. A lot of accidental suicide. Now, my opinion, I want to know which ones died. I don't know if Carol Danvers died. She's right there. And I want to know who rejected it besides Hawkeye. Ultimate Hawkeye, we'll see later. But in Ultimate Spider-Man, Peter took it because he said, don't I have like an obligation? If I was supposed to do this 20 years ago and you gave it to me, who wouldn't take this? Well, this is the answer to your question, Peter. A lot of them wouldn't take it, and a lot of them died. And Tony says, I admit it, I've not conquered time. Well, how about until you do that, we stick to the old-fashioned way, 1 second at a time. Well, don't overreact. It's just an experiment. It's one single failure. You don't give up. What do you mean an experiment? These are people's lives. Well, we have to do it again. No. Steve is right. We killed people, ruined lives. I don't care if it puts us at a disadvantage. The Immortus engine is off limits. No more time travel. Essentially, this is setting up so that we do travel in a linear pathway for a bit until we get to where they want to reuse it again. I mean, they put up this rule randomly. I'm sure they can get rid of the rule randomly again. Ultimates 2.0. We'll have to save the world some other way. And who do we pick up on now? In New Jersey, 2 people, pest control people, are here to take care of their bug problem. They got a vermin problem. They go into the basement. It's Hank and Janet. Hank Pym in the Earth 616 is Ant-Man, Giant Man, whatever you want to call him, and Janet is the Wasp. They are the part of the original members of the team. But the thing about Hank is that he is very insecure. I feel like that's the right word. He does have some like kind of mental disorders. Like I know he's bipolar, but he's crazy. He's something. He made Ultron in the original Ultimate Universe. He's worse, and Janet dies in that universe. But we're not going to get into that. But while they're going downstairs, we kind of see what I was talking about, where Janet's like, "Hey, have you been having weird dreams again?" I told you not to talk about that. No one is making fun of you. Recurring nightmares about ants begging for their lives is nothing to laugh at. And we talked about this, Hank. I love you. I love our life together. And everyone's a mess. The world's a mess. I think I heard something over there, though. And they look over and see weird cave drawings and see the vermin that this man called for. No way, dude. You've got molioids down there. It's an entire extended family. I'm not going to get rid of them. We're not going to kill them. We don't kill anything with a culture. You might as well call somebody else. So they leave and drive off. This molioid position is pretty mainstream. Killing them's not even a crime, though. Well, you know how the world screwed up. And while they're talking about that, the origin box is in the back of their truck, and Tony comes down. Henry, Pym, Janet Van Dyne. We need to talk. Their truck comes to a stop, and Hank is freaking out. What seems to have happened is that he got the origin box and just decided, no, we're not going to do that. He didn't ask Janet. And they're trying to run away, and Thor smashes his hammer into their car. The little origin box comes out. Hello, talking to Henry Pym and Janet Van Dyne. What is that thing? Hank continues to apologize, but this is for you. I'm sorry about the van. We'll figure out everything else. I hate my voice on these recordings. I sound so cold. No wonder these things didn't work. And it's the entire origin box that he gave to Peter that somehow worked for him. But Janet cuts out, you're Tony Stark. You killed thousands of people. I hope you're not one of those people who believes everything you're told. Look, I don't have to tell you that the world is broken. I can see it in your faces, the slump of your shoulders. We're going to fix everything, and we need your help. It's been 6 months, and you haven't accepted your offer. I don't blame you, but you must have thought about it, which is why we came in person. We wanted to tell you, you won't be alone. We'd be here to help you as part of something. And Janet says, I don't understand. Part of what? Well, we want you to become a superhero. We're calling it the... And who else shows up? It's like Jamie Britton. My boy has got so much screen time in the beginning of the Ultimates, and we will never see him again, I'm sure. Captain Britain, one of the Maker's Inner Circles, he's brought his personal guard, the Black Crusade, over. The Ultimates get in and start attacking. Janet and Hank go to the back of the truck and look at it. They stole your future. And Janet says, you don't have to explain, Hank. I understand. You're scared. I'm scared too. But how many nights did we stay up terrified, watching the news, feeling helpless? How many mornings did we have to drag ourselves out of bed? I'm tired of being afraid. There's more to life than squashing bugs, Hank. I love you, no matter what choice you make, but this one is mine. So she becomes the Wasp, and Hank stutters up. She doesn't know, she hasn't read them, but I read the files about who we're supposed to be. I read everything. She is supposed to be a superhero. She's supposed to make the world a better place. But me, in that reality, I'm a mess, a failure. Hero, villain, good, bad, or mad. I can't seem to make up my mind. I'm a loser at best, a menace at worst. I'm dangerous. Captain America and Jamie are still fighting in the corner over there. Eye for an eye, blasting each other. The things it says I did, the things I hurt people. It says I hurt her, my Janet. I never hurt her, but I do. It already happened. I'm afraid of dying or getting hurt. But I'm most afraid that if I become what you want me to be, what I'm supposed to be, I'll hurt people I love the most too. And Captain America says, I don't have an answer for you, Henry. Certainly no guarantees. I cannot only say that that man is not you. His failures are not your failures. His sins are not yours. In my experience, Henry, there are times that call us to be bigger than ourselves for the greater good. And right now, the world needs giants. No one can make this choice for you, Henry, but I can make an observation. You could have gotten rid of that thing anytime. Buried it, thrown it in the river, gave it away, I don't care. Smashed it, but you've been driving them around with arm's reach within 6 months. I'm no genius, but it seems to me that means something. Meanwhile, Britain's and Iron Man's little kerfuffle in the corner ends with Jamie Britton standing over Tony's neck, with Tony saying, we're the Ultimates, something you should have learned by now. There are more of us than there are of you. We have boots too, and ours are bigger. Hank Pym picked up the cube. There's more to life than squashing bugs. It's a good first step. Even if Britain survived, it's a statement and they can't ignore it. A statement you can see from space. They get reported on. Super Terrors put their foot down. Well, the Ultimates are here and we're gonna leave a mark. 17 months remaining. Woo! Welcome to the Ultimates. Yeah, I'm getting pumped for this series. I don't know how much of the Ultimate Universe we're going to cover. I know for sure at least Spider-Man and the Ultimates. I might do X-Men because I haven't seen anybody really cover that, and I think it's a little interesting. It's good. We're probably gonna do Wolverine. I don't really care for Black Panther. If you want me to do Black Panther, I will do it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Is that everybody? How many more teams are there? Black Panther, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Ultimates, X-Men. I think that's it, right? Yeah, anyways. So that seems to be it. Thank you for watching and listening. Yeah, leave a comment below about what we should go over. So with that, peace out.